record now and follow us. So it's more behind the scenes. So the mobile, I'm going to show them what's happening. City McDonald's is showing out and showing off, and as I said earlier on, they're telling their story through their people, through their customers, through their franchisees and different stakeholders, right? Our CEO Greg is going to be giving a talk a little bit later on and telling us more about what this day is about. But the theme is, there is no us without you, and lots of mobile stores, as you can see. I'm behind the photo booth right now. People are getting their photos taken, having a good time. The mobile barber is also here, and various initiatives that McDonald's has undertaken and been a part of in the last 26 years of existence, right? Lots going on, lots to be excited about. Maybe we should go see some of the people, right? Let's do it.
Also to our marketing director. Yeah, so I'm just going to pitch her now.
You want to interview the marketing director? Should we do it here? Or maybe by the banner here? As we're moving from here to there, still recording your photo with us. I appreciate you so much. What you say? There is no us without you. Are they sounding crisp, the links? Are they sounding good, the links? Are they sounding good? Don't bring it too close. Okay, I'll be here. Yeah.
Marketing manager of McDonald's.
Sure.
Marketing manager of McDonald's. Keep it fun. Keep it light. Ask a little bit about this stuff. Is this all new? No, it's not new. That's important. Outreach programs.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Vous êtes si belle.
You're a funny girl.
Je vous aimerai pour toujours. Tu es parfait. Je vous adore.
You're cool.
next to me, I've got somebody very special, but behind me, I've also got some of the initiatives that McDonald's takes part in, is a catalyst of, and quite frankly, has spearheaded for a very, very long time. Tama Tironis is the marketing director at McDonald's South Africa. Tama, I mean... Always, right? What are you wearing, first of all?
I'm wearing my own bag, yeah.
You're doing it the McDonald's way, the McDonald's style, right? Which is amazing. Now tell me more about some of these initiatives that McDonald's is taking part in, is spearheading. Are they actually new? I think most people are interested to hear if this is new or is it something that's been going on.
We've been living our brand purpose of being part of the communities in which we operate. And since we've been here, since inception back in 1995, we've been living that vision in all our communities of giving back, of bringing families together through our RMHC sort of charity of choice, and through our Happy Readers program that we launched a couple of years ago. We're encouraging that all South Africans, children in particular, with their families, get together, start reading, and we have an initiative called the Happy Readers Donation Program, where we encourage all our customers to come into McDonald's, donate their old books, so that we can then take those books and donate them back into the communities.
Absolutely. Tama, now you speak about the program where customers can donate books, especially in the restaurants, which I think is absolutely amazing. How much of an impact has that been since its inception and where it is now? Where do you see the change? Where do you see the difference, especially positive impact?
So absolutely, we know that reading is something so grounded in the foundational sort of development of children. You know, that is what we need to try and inculcate in young children of South Africa. So for us, we know the impact is there, and we're just trying to elevate it even more. And with Happy Readers, like I said, you know, we're trying to encourage that spirit of reading by bringing families together and letting our customers know that this is what you can be doing. You know, I'm a mom of two young boys. Reading is part of our life every day, and it's something I encourage them to do every single day of our lives. And we also understand that children need to also relate to what they're reading. So this year we are very proud to launch our first Nguni language book in Zulu.
Wow.
And we think it's, you know, we want to obviously make sure that children feel comfortable reading in their own language as well. And hopefully we can launch more languages in the future.
Nguni languages, I am here for it. Now, you don't forget to donate a book at any of the McDonald's restaurants. Drop it off. It makes a big impact. Tama, thank you so much for joining me. Lots to still see, lots of people to speak to right here in the heart of Johannesburg, Sandton City. Still Keynote. interesting, and I've got a very interesting gentleman right next to me. It is a mobile barber that partnered with McDonald's not so long ago, giving free haircuts to those that are underprivileged and they are in need. Sir, you are a hero, my friend. What is your name?
My name is Kabelo Khampepe.
Kabelo, from what I hear, right, and I've seen it a couple of times over the last couple of months, if not a year and beyond, you, with the mobile barber service, are giving underprivileged people free haircuts, sometimes in the hood, mostly in the hood and in our townships and where there's a need. How do you do that? Why do you do that? Is it new? What's happening?
You know, in life, there must be changes. We always help people with many different things, give them food, give them clothes, but there must be something new. So we decided as together Mzansi and McDonald's, give something different. Let's give them a haircut, something which has never been done before.
I've actually never seen it before. Like when I think about it, I'm thinking about a free haircut. In my time when I was younger, or even now, I've never gotten one, but I'm getting one here for sure. Right, Kabelo, you do such a fantastic job. What do you think? What started this whole thing? Why did you want to do this in particular? We know what people do in terms of giving back in their own different ways, right? Why was it important for you to do haircuts specifically?
Why not? Nobody has done this before. We are the first to come up with this plan. Even going to orphanages, you'll see there are afros up and down. You go to the street, children who are vulnerable, who are needy, but a haircut gives a smile to your face. Sometimes you get food, then you say, no, I'm full. You look at people different now that you have a new haircut. It's like you are full while you didn't even eat. So I think it's a good thing, a new initiative from Together Mzansi and McDonald's. That's why we came up with this thing of give a nice haircut. Because a haircut, even in the morning, when you wake up, you comb your hair, you brush your hair. When you wake up, you're feeling different. Why can't they feel different? By food and clothing. If you come up with those, I can come up with a haircut. That's what they like as well.
So Kabelo, in essence, you're saying, Rikaufela, Sisonke, Awuko Iwan, Mausalikasi, you don't have a haircut, you don't feel good about yourself. This is one of the ways that Kabelo and the mobile barber are helping people to feel better about themselves. But most importantly, I think the psychological impact is huge. Kabelo, thank you so much. Keep doing what you do. Keep partnering with McDonald's on these awesome, awesome initiatives. Rikaufela, ne?
Kaufela Together Mzansi.
Rikaufela ndare. it's not every day that you get to stand with somebody who is one of the coolest people in their organization, the Chief People Officer, Yvonne.
me.
Yvonne,
Yes.
I'm not going to keep you for long. I know you're a busy lady.
Thank you so
Where are we right now? What are we doing? I see so many people, so much media, so many beautiful people, by the way, and our CEO of McDonald's South Africa. Where we at?
Well, we are at the launch of Together Mzansi. It is the initiative where we do good in the country. Yeah, so we're excited to be here. And as you say, we've got McDonald's people, we've got media, and we're excited.
There is no us without you, right?
Hola, bona, there's no us without you. So we are proud to be here.
We are definitely proud to be here. Stick and stay with us. I want to talk to you maybe a little bit later, talk to some of your people, see what else is going on. But awesome job on this launch.
And I'll tell you, we've been doing this for 20 years. So it's not new to us.
It's not you, 20 years. You heard it from Yvonne.
Thank you so much.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we on? Can you hear me? Good morning, everybody. To all the ladies and gents, our esteemed guests, and everybody that is joining us on the live stream as well. What an incredible honor to be here this morning and host this amazing morning with you, where we're all going to learn a little bit more about Together Mzansi and what it means to say, there is no us without you. We want you to get involved with the conversation this morning, so if you have any comments or questions, please get onto the socials, onto the tweet machine and Facebook and TikTok. I don't know what you guys are using in the audience there. But use the hashtag #TogetherMzansi and remember to tag McDonald's SA. My name is Brent Lindeque. They call me the good things guy because a little under 10 years ago, I managed to create what has become South Africa's biggest good news platform. I like to say that I've got the best job in the world. The best job in the world. Every single day, I get to dig deep, as do all my journalists who work in the media house, and find the good things happening in our country and share them with the world. But not every day is a good day. Living in South Africa is tough. We have many, many challenges that we face on a daily basis. Crime, corruption, poverty, inflation, load shedding. I was just about to say that. Lots of load shedding. Just this morning, a trip that should have taken me 20 minutes took me 2 hours. And that's just one part of the frustration that we face. Businesses, I mean, they are looking at the rolling blackouts that is really hurting their pockets. Even now, when we can be thankful for rain here in Johannesburg and other parts of the country, there's many parts of South Africa where the taps have run dry. It's in our news every single day. It's in times like these when I'm speaking about the tough stuff and we're all looking inward and thinking, oh, what's going on in South Africa? That I need to remind you about a quote that really became famous in the 1970s by a man named Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers had a show in the USA called The Neighbors. Good neighbors, I think. The neighborhood, maybe. Fred, the one day, told a story about when he was much younger. And he said to his mom, I'm really scared of what's going on in the world. I'm watching what's unfolding on the news and it scares me. And his mom said to him, Fred, don't be scared. In times of tragedy, we need to look for the helpers. I love this quote for two main reasons. One, because it kind of shows us that the world has always been a scary place. But more so because it's 100% true. The only reason Good Things Guy exists is because we tell these stories of these helpers every single day. And I implore you, when the news looks the worst of the worst, when you're feeling like it's the absolute end, just wait a little bit, and those helpers will always arise. The story always changes. McDonald's and their initiative with Together Mzansi is one of those helpers. We've featured many of their initiatives on the platform that I own. I guess that's why they asked me to be here today. To speak a little bit about these initiatives and to introduce them to you, I'm going to invite Daniel Padiachi up on stage. He's the executive for marketing, IT, and supply chain. Please give Daniel a big round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. Sure, this light is a bit bright. No, you're not here for the launch of a Bollywood version of Impossible, okay? Well, we're not singing and dancing. We're here for McDonald's, right? And we are certainly not here for giving, McDonald's is not changing our brand position and giving haircuts, because you may have seen a barber set up outside, or becoming farmers. But yet we do impact all of these verticals through what we do and our initiatives. So, McDonald's family, welcome. Good morning. Where's our franchisees? Good morning. Morning. And our suppliers, good morning. Nah, man, you guys can do a bit better. Suppliers? Morning. Well, welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to launch Together Mzansi. There's no us without you. And what does that mean? It's important that we all align to this purpose that the brand is undertaking and what's brought this about over our journey in the last 36 months. So today we launched this Together Mzansi, a nation-building initiative and a call to action for communities to come together in finding solutions in the challenges that we face in South Africa. We're drawing inspiration in the last 27 years of changing lives through various charitable initiatives in the country. Together, Mzansi is a collective effort of all levels of society. We want to make a difference to the lives of our people and our communities. From job creation in many cities and towns across our beautiful country, to housing the families of many hospitalized children at the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital and the Baragwanath Hospital through the Ronald McDonald's House of Charities. McDonald's has been part of the fabric of South Africa since the dawn of democracy. The company has also played a major role in helping communities by collaborating with customers, suppliers, stakeholders to bring change in these communities. And in the last 36 months, that's been exacerbated by water shedding in KwaZulu-Natal, Western Cape, through the flooding victims in KZN again, where we've come together, we rallied as a system, and worked with an NGO, the Gift of the Givers, many of you guys know them, to help those communities. In the past 3 years, we've held hands with communities who have shown resilience and unwavering spirit during the dark tides of COVID-19, devastating floods, and political instability. It is these events that give rise to a renewed sense of purpose and inspiration, compelling us together with our partners, customers, stakeholders, franchisees, suppliers, to do more for our communities. Together Mzansi is the unique result of using our influence and our reach to collaborate with McDonald's customers, our staff, franchisees, and suppliers again, to drive an impact by coming together with communities to foster positive change, one initiative at a time. And really, the purpose is about doing good in our communities, about being a good neighbor, and that's what McDonald's is about. Together, Mzansi is about showing people that as South Africans, we may all be different, but we can come together for the things that matter. As the country looks forward to a prosperous year ahead, albeit we've got load shedding, and we have to be optimistic about that, McDonald's South Africa brings together Mzansi as a reminder to the people of South Africa of how unity makes people stronger in the face of adversity. And you've heard Brent speak about all these many challenges that we face. So we understand that we triumph as a country and we stand together, and this philosophy aims to remind all of us to do so now as the country faces various challenges. Mzansi is known for the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because you are. Now, my comms people have stretched me a little bit because I'm reading an English speech, but they've also given me Zulu and Sotho. And I need your help here. I'll give it a shot. All right. I am because you are. Sisonke rekafela. We are together, Mzansi. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Powerful, powerful words. I am because you are. There is no us without you. You know, it's incredible. I've been doing this good news thing now, like I said, for almost a decade. And one of the things that has almost become a talent for me is telling or knowing when initiatives have authenticity, when the people behind those initiatives care. I've had the honor of being able to speak to many of the McDonald's teams, members leading up to today. And I can tell you this, I have never met more humble people who are doing great things for South Africa. Dan was just on stage now, and he alluded to the fact of some of the things that we're about to see in the video that is about to be shown. But that Ronald McDonald House that they speak about, that houses families before or during, while their children are going through hardships in government hospitals. I think the one in Baragwanath, and I might get the number wrong, but I think it's 150,000 families that you've helped during this time. The money raised that was given to the gift of the givers was over R1 million. If that doesn't deserve a round of applause, and I'm not sure what does. I think to introduce you to what Together Mzansi is, I'm going to ask them to play the video. Watch this.
At McDonald's, we do a lot more than serve delicious moments of love. We believe in giving back to our communities and supporting our employees, our family.
This absolutely speaks to McDonald's values. We love our communities and we will do anything to help.
We have a strong commitment to education.
We have partnered with McDonald's to bring this fantastic book-based event to the school in Mamelodi, Mahube Valley Primary School.
We also prioritize the well-being of our employees and their career growth. Furthermore, we have a long-standing tradition of giving back to our communities both directly and through charity partnerships.
We really want to send a shout out to McDonald's and Lions Cricket for coming together and making sure that this is possible.
We call it Together Mzansi.
So cutting other people's hair, it makes them feel very much alive.
Together Mzansi is not only inclusive, but also encompasses being part of a community. It is also a call to action for communities to join us in being a solution in society.
Today we are here to plant seeds. Tomorrow we'll feed a nation.
Mzansi is known for the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because you are. Upholding the values of Izandla Ziyagezana. It may be my turn to help you now, and you could help me in the future.
Today's Women in Conversation is therefore focused, as mentioned before, on mental wellness and the importance of removing the stigmatism associated with mental disorders.
Together Mzansi embodies values such as Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. You are nothing without the help of others. It takes a village to raise a child. We are Together Mzansi. We want to tell the story of the people of Mzansi with the McDonald's brand. When we say Together Mzansi, we mean Sisonke, Rekaufela, there is no us without you. We share in your growing pains and your triumphs.
Together Mzansi, there is no us without you.
We are Together Mzansi.
So, when I see videos like that, and especially on, I don't know if that's 4K on a big screen like this, but it really does give us all the feels, right? It's South Africans and corporates that are doing good. But the reality of where we are in South Africa and the world is we wouldn't have to do that good if it wasn't as bad as it is. In 2019, there were a group of researchers that got together in South Africa, and they came up with this number as what they believed South Africans would need to earn to live with a level of dignity. I'm not going to shout out to the audience of what you believe the percentage of South Africans that live with dignity is, but I can tell you that that group of researchers said that it was just 10% of our country. 90% of South Africans live without dignity, which means they can't do what the majority of us feel that we could do in this room. In that segment, a huge portion are living in complete poverty. The last stat that I saw said that 4.5 million kids go to bed hungry every night in South Africa. It's harsh. The challenges are hard. And if we look at our own little circle when we're on social media or when we're scrolling through the news, it can feel like it's a lot and it's not something that we can overcome. But, and this is why they call me the good things guy, the work that I do on a daily basis highlights the stories of NGOs, charities, and corporates who are what I do, or what I call, being active citizens. Instead of thinking about something, instead of sitting on an idea to make a difference, it's these active and corporate citizens that really get involved to move South Africa forward and help South Africans in need. To speak a little bit about this corporate and active citizenry, I've invited the CEO of McDonald's South Africa, Greg Solomon, to the stage. Give him a big round of applause. We're going to pose some hard questions to you, Greg.
No worries.
If that's okay.
Yeah, I can't see anyone in the audience anyway, so it's fine. It just feels like me and you just in a small little room. So
it makes it a lot easier when you can't see anybody.
Exactly.
So Greg, you've been with McDonald's for many years, and you've been at the helm of the organization for a while now. So I'm going to start with this question. Given everything we as a society and as a country are going through, the tough stuff, what is your view on being a good corporate citizen? And like we heard just now, what a good neighbor. What does it take for your company to be a good neighbor?
It's almost not a covenant and governance anymore. It's almost a responsibility. I mean, we have to do it. And you know, when the team brought this concept to me, I struggled with it because for 25 years we've been doing it in some way or form. Now we're actually telling it. I felt quite arrogant about that. And for many months we debated this, whether we should actually tell our story. Because doing good is not about telling your story. It's not about beating your chest and bragging. It's not about that. It's not about the stuff that we do it and we really, as corporate people, we know there's a return on investment and it's going to return back in revenue and profit. It's doing it because you genuinely care about it. So I must admit to everybody, I felt uncomfortable when the team said, let's talk about it. But again, we're a big business. We're a big brand. We serve 8 million customers a month. We're 15,000 employees. It's actually our responsibility. We have to lead. The tallest tree catches the wind. And so we accepted that challenge. And by us telling our story now, we now hope to inspire other people to tell their stories. And for those other people that don't have stories to tell, create your stories and then tell your stories. Because if we can get everybody to do a little bit, we would change this country, we would change this world. I often said to my team as they built this whole campaign up is, if we didn't sell hamburgers, if we didn't sell French fries, who would we be and what would we stand for? And so when it comes down to the purpose of who you are, it's actually not about selling hamburgers. It's about doing good. It's about giving back to the community. It's about changing a suburb, which changes a community, which changes a province, which changes a country, which changes a world. We can't change the world, but we can be one little step to changing the world.
That's incredible, and it's almost like that broken window theory. So if we start to fix the windows in our little communities and our little areas, other people will start to fix the windows as well. And I think that's what Together Mzansi is about. It's about everybody getting involved.
It's everybody getting involved, but isn't every window in this particular example might not be the same shape. It might not be the same size. And that's what's so cool about this campaign is what works in Tawandu doesn't work in Sandton. What works in Sandton doesn't work in Milnerton or in Schlanger Rocks. So there's very different things. Communities are different. They need to protect their identity. And so that's why we talk community and we don't talk country. Because this country is a collective of communities.
So we've got a couple of different initiatives that you're involved in. We've got the libraries that go around. We've got the haircuts. We've got the food gardens. We've got the housing for families while they're helping or being there for their children when they're sick in hospitals. How do you go about choosing these different initiatives to get involved in?
So the cool thing about me is I don't really have to choose. If we truly leaders and we empower our owner-operators and we empower our leaders, let them choose because they know what's happening in the communities. At sort of my level, our flagship program is RMHC. Does stand for Ronald McDonald House of Charities. And I think I want to just take a few minutes just to explain this because this is the one big program that we really haven't spoken about. And we haven't spoken about it purposely. And that's because we don't want to tell the story of helping. But for those that don't understand, we have 2 rooms in the Baragwanath. We have 5 dream rooms around the country. And think about this. I mean, we focus on kids, although we're not a kids brand. It's only 15% of our business. But think about this. When I walked into the hospitals, the neonatal wards in Baragwanath, I just saw young moms lining the floors and the corridors. Their kids were sick in the neonatal wards. And we knew statistically that 25% of these children were actually going to die in the next 7 days. This was devastating for me. I've experienced a lot of things in McDonald's, but this was one of the most devastating moments. The dignity of these young women sitting on the floor waiting for their kids to be healed or waiting to breastfeed their children was traumatic. So we built a room with chairs and couches and coffee machines, just basic things, a toilet and water. And so now if you go into one of these rooms, you'll see a gathering of 100 moms. Unfortunately, still 25% are going to lose their kid in the next 7 days. But now they've got hope. They can hold hands. They sing songs. They pray together. And that collective healing was so powerful for me in that respect. And so that's what we do. And to your point in your introduction, we've...
Yeah. Greg, you can't make me cry on stage.
Okay. No, let's cry together because on that day I sobbed and I sobbed for weeks after that. But we're making a difference to, as you said, 150,000. That's 150 families that have visited our house, which I'll talk about now. I know I'm holding the floor, but we see thousands and thousands of mainly women through our homes, and that's the way we can give, because we cannot give as McDonald's medical care. We cannot give medicine. We cannot give drips. But what we can give is we can give togetherness, we can give hope.
And love.
We can give love. And nothing heals more for a child than a mom or a dad holding their hand and saying, it will be okay. And so that's our flagship. That's what I can control. All the rest of the stuff down at the bottom, I've got this unbelievable team that goes in, and whether it's computer skills that our franchisees, the Nathus, have done in KZN, whether it's reading and young women with Porsche Nondo in the East Rand, whether it's bicycles. Do you know that our kids can walk 5 kilometers to school? A 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid on a dusty road in Gauteng walks to school. An 11-year-old kid. It's ridiculous. It takes 2 hours to walk to school. Give them a bicycle. Let them ride to school. And so that's a great program that some of our company restaurants are doing in Gauteng. And then obviously we got the barber program. I didn't realize when they said barbers, I said, well, look, you guys know better. It just gives people dignity to look
100%.
respectful. So, just again to offer it. So it's not about our diversity, is actually about our differences.
Our diversity is actually about our differences. I'm about to open up questions to the floor. I can't see anybody because the lights are really bright. So if you have a question, you might have to just shout really loudly at me. Say, Brent, good things, guy, got a question? Or we've got a roaming mic over there. And they might be able to see you. If I ask, right, so McDonald's has put this together as your initiative, but how do South Africans get involved? We're talking about it's together, so how do we get involved together?
So again, don't copy, be unique, do your own thing. You mentioned so rightly so that we live in a country that has huge issues. And when I compare our issues to other countries, every country's got issues. We're just an amazing country, and we talk about our resilience. And if we can just overpower those crazy stories that we read on all the news channels with 1 or 2 good stories, it just gives us that hope. So how do other companies get involved? Is figure out your purpose, figure out your mojo, figure out what makes it for you, and give that one little stone. And it might be different to ours, but just give.
I saw how you make other people feel when you do what you do.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important, is that purpose.
Yeah, look, I mean, at 15,000 employees, when the world around you is changing faster than the world within you, as a brand, you become obsolete. You're actually going to die as a business. And so, for us, this campaign is very much internally as well, not just externally. Our family, we call our employees our family. And for us, it's very much the case. It gives me pleasure to see young kids running on a Friday afternoon in the office, because that's who we are. And it reminds me of a story during the COVID times. It's not quite giving back, but it just shows you the spirit of Ubuntu in this McDonald's family. I'm just so privileged to have these people, and I'm just so privileged that they've honored me with this responsibility to sort of walk in front of them. And we were closed down. 330 odd restaurants all closed down. We're now 347 restaurants. So we sent out a survey to as many people as possible and saying, well, should we retrench people or should everybody take a salary cut? 99% of people came back within 24 hours and said, we're all taking a salary cut. Boom. All of us took a salary cut for, I think, 3 or 4 months. It's like obvious to us, do you know what I'm saying? Because you've got to live what you're portraying outside, you've got to live it within the home. Otherwise, you're actually not going to get out of the starting blocks.
100%. Do we have a question?
No.
Here we go. There's a hand that's up. The mic will come to you. Who do we have there? Just state your name and your question.
Good morning, afternoon to everybody. And hi, Greg. What a wonderful initiative. Wow, I'm blown up. Actually, I'm sitting here My name is Mutrufela, and my surname is Kumalo. I'm a social worker out there in Soweto in a children's home. And the story about McDonald's, for me, I think you are trailblazers when it comes to community. I think you are one of the best trailblazers when it comes to community social upliftment. And there's a Tswana or African proverb that says, a child belongs to a village. And I must say, McDonald's is one of the most adventurous, sophisticated in your business, and outreach, and also resilient. Mine is not a question, rather, but it's my dream, because my daughter is working for McD, and I've always knocked in the doors, but for sure I haven't knocked in the right door. I know after this, I will speak to the right people.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Yeah, and
give it to me, hard and thick.
I want to say this is my second day on my leave.
Yeah.
Yes, leave, and I say this has been the best leave day that I've spent today together with the MACD and your national. It's a national outcry where people challenges and are being resolved.
Awesome.
through your hand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I think this is the perfect time to remind everybody that straight after we're done here, we're not done yet, but straight after we're done here, there is going to be a little bit of a networking happening outside. The Mac Cafe is still going to be open, so we can still get a little coffee, and then you can chat to whoever you want to chat to. Are there any other questions from the audience? Do we have anybody else?
Yes, we do.
If we could just state your name and then give us a question. Remember, we're battling with time here, so...
Okay, I've got the mic this side. The good things guy.
Oh, there we go. I see you.
Yes, good morning, and thank you for inviting us to this session. I'm Babongile Mandela from Coca-Cola. I think, being in the private sector, you usually have lots of networking opportunities to start businesses and partner with organizations. And I think when you are talking, when McDonald's has now made a call to say together, Mzansi, there's no us without you, I would wonder, is there a platform that you are thinking of perhaps leading or forming in partnership with others to say, let us have a social development platform that compromises of corporates, and the goal is to contribute in our small ways, as you said, in the various communities that we operate in order to amplify our impact. So thank you.
I don't think that's our immediate goal is to try to launch a national campaign. We're a business of execution and of excellence, and I would rather my team go out and execute our little dream with excellence. I don't want them to get distracted and try and make this a whole big campaign beyond McDonald's. However, it can develop into that. Once we've reached what we feel is excellence, and every one of our restaurants is contributing towards their communities, and we can elevate it to the next level. At this point in time, we're just telling our story, and hopefully people can learn from us.
Oh, and I think that's a big part of today, is that this is the start of a journey. They've been doing this for 26 years, that you've been doing this good work. But it's that storytelling that will inspire other corporates, like Coca-Cola, who are also doing good things in the country, to continue doing the good work you're doing, and to focus on that one word that I try to push to every corporate I speak to when it comes to CSI initiatives: sustainability. Stop painting the same wall on Nelson Mandela Day, and do the right thing throughout the year that will really uplift South Africa. And I think we've got one more question. Is there one more to go?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I am Gatiso Mashilo, and yeah, I've been working closely with McDonald's in various ways, but I think it's not necessarily a question, I think it's just a comment. The one thing that I've realized about McDonald's, especially with a program like this, is that it inspires young people like myself to come up with creative solutions that, with the backing of a beautiful company like McDonald's, we know that it will have an impact in our country, in our communities and stuff like that. And I guess if I were to ask a question, it would be, are there any limitations in which, as the youth of this beautiful country that we live in, is there a limitation to the ideas that we can bring to McDonald's through the Together Mzansi initiative to touch on other things that you might not have necessarily seen? Is there a limitation to that? Or I'm hoping you'll say that it's like a free-for-all and we can be as creative as we want to be to solve all the social ills that our country faces. But yeah.
The big answer is there is no limitation. The small answer is the fine line in between. And here's my quick answer on innovation. You know, as leaders of organizations, you often think that innovation rests on your shoulders. So what could I come up with? One great idea per year? It'll be useless. The great thing about our brand is we want to hear innovation ideas from our suppliers, our franchisees, and our people. Then we get 15,000 great ideas per year. So the answer's a big no limitations. The hard fine print is which one of those ideas, because there's many, all right, is going to filter up to the top to be the best idea. Yeah. And so our challenge now moves away from great ideas to choosing the best idea. Remember, I answered on the previous question. It's about executing with excellence and making a difference, authentic, genuine difference. If we can get that, and once we finish that chapter, then we'll move on. So bring the ideas. We'll have a look, joins the other 10,000 ideas, and let's see if it's that great, then yes, we'll execute it.
You heard it here first. Bring the ideas. Big round of applause for that.
Good.
All right, so now the big moment of the day, and it's what we were all very excited to show you. We've got a new TVC that we're releasing called Naledi. And some of the audience members, very few, have seen it. Many of you wouldn't. And we're about to put that on the screen right now, so enjoy.
Great.
Bye, guys.
We serve more than just burgers.
Tommy? Oh, yes. Thank you. Bye.
When we say Together Mzansi, we mean it the most here through book donations that give our community schools the gift of reading. Rekaufela, because our coffee waste is recycled to become a seed pod that grows this community vegetable garden. Sisonke, because even after the shift ends, izandla ziyagezana. We know how challenging having a sick child is. Through the Ronald McDonald House Charities, we keep these families together when they need each other the most. It's your home away from home. Without you, the community, our doors would not be open. Siyabonga Mzansi. There is no us without you.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times and it still gives me goosebumps on my goosebumps. I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. Like I said, the day is not over yet. There is still a little bit of networking that will happen directly after this. There are also, for the media that are in the room, you need to get hold of, who is it? Mamelo, I think, and Chepiso. If you can get hold of those two, they're going to be roaming around. If you want to do any media interviews, they are there. And you are welcome to stay and sort of check out the initiatives. Talk to the people that are heading these initiatives up. It's hugely important for our country. I'm out. This is me. I'm going to ask Daniel just to say goodbye, and then we can all move outside and go network. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Brent. Please give Brent another round of applause. Great job, man. Thank you, everybody. So, like I said, this wasn't the launch of a Bollywood movie for Mission Impossible. But I sincerely want to say thank you to everybody in the room. I mean, we've got our supply partners, franchisees, McDonald's family, our friends in the media, but all of you guys that have come and rallied with us in the last 3 years to put together Mzansi on the map. This is, to Greg's point, not a, we don't want to boast, we're not proud about, we're not boastful about this. In a humble way, we want to make an impact. And I want to thank each and one of you that has contributed and worked with us hand in hand. So let's go make it happen. Together in Mzansi, there's no us without you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.